whichever the case may be, information will put forth in digestion within all concerned parties or parties. Na collaborator mag-try po agreement nila with the law. Kaya nakakapag din at nawala sa yung picture ng mga Congress. Yung na-document yung mga Congress legislature, para na sa yung committee ng General po sa iyo report of the legislature. Patuloy document niya, na-process niya, document niya with public information. Anybody who land village or anywhere else, pag-aaling ng Yap, makakapag-alawak, na anong work command and group ko, legislature tayo, more welcome. Mga review regulation for legislature na public document po ito. What the document by in state, what is public information, mas na legislation process right to the group, ikaw public domain, public information. Jadi apa yang saya itu na distinct pemenang ini juga ini masnya buat ini kalau ada ini menjadi mana detail program ini kepada maka itu bukan pandai lagi ada pengwadaan itu sebenarnya dari mana atasnya itu kita yang terbaik dan kami juga kami di sini lagi pengwadaan itu president para kumilos dunia country awal na pumunta ko na comprat ang lalu dia karena ke TV ni bagian kan nama tadi saya ni jadi orang ko komite bagian ni dua bukan bunyi kalau ada di mana karena saya berpikir kumaha udah pautan na orang kalau itu dia buat kesin karena pautan ini adalah I hope I have made my intention clear of visiting state of Yap and discussing with all the concerned parties about the pros and cons of this proposed investment proposal from EPG. I cannot stress the urgency of the need to encourage foreign direct investment in the development of our economy. Still in the quotation. After the extensive discussions I recently had in Yap State about this EPG investment, I have concluded that it is in the best interest of Yap State and the FSM to allow EPG to continue with the implementation of this proposed tourism investment project, given the positive reaction of EPG to sustain a cutback on the scale of investment, which is further explained in the attachment. And then on the second page, once again, I appeal to you, membership of the Yap State Legislature, to accept the challenges and come to the accelerated development of our economy. Close quotation. I think this quotation that I just read out from the President's letter is supporting the concern by this group in the Chamber today, and that, as mentioned earlier, all of us are looking to develop our state and our economy for the benefit of our children and their future. I don't think there's any question about that. The question is, how are we planning to go from point A to point B? And that's why we're here. And I think it's also evident, and it's important to point out, that this group in their petition has pointed out their sense. I think it's clear in this petition that the state leadership of the state of Yap need to come together to determine the cost or the course to take. I think these items are clear. And why did they indicate any such thing in their petition? Why did they do that? I think they've sensed it. They see some element of separation. And that's what caused their concern. The leadership of this state was not problematic in the past years. And it's becoming problematic now, so they saw that. They indicated that in the petition. They want the leadership of the state of Yap to come together to determine the course to take. So maybe in our discussion today, one of the ways that we can try to gain some ground is for us, leadership of the state of Yap, with the assistance of the Y.A.P project, to try to unify and present a united front on anything that we propose to take. So, and in further, kumabing mga awabian po pati nga naman ang kapululo kaya kaya Carco administration, may 2020 State of the Message. And of course, Mr. Chairman, can assign it for committee. The invasion na rin yung mga relative of the state of our operation. Ngayon hindi man a state of the state, invasion na rin only verbally, on air, or television, so that everybody on Yap can have access. But in this case, it has come in the form of documentation, which I'm going to, if I may take the privilege of reading out a small portion of it. I think on page 1 of 13, this section is entitled State of the State, a year of strategic changes and community responses to local and global changes. And I quote, as we are all aware of, the United States state's compact funding stream is due to end in 2023. And this means that by that time, the state government will have access to 20% less of its current sources. And further into that, our report of the state of the state message on page 6 of 13 goes into section of entitled Moving Forward. And it went on to say, moving toward economic sustainability, strengthening public sector self-reliance, business environment, and donors' relationship. There's a lot of things mentioned in here, but easy because it's also mentioned in this section. So, having said all of that, it is quite clear to me that we are all concerned about development. But I'd like to also warn us at the same time, the appropriate development is what we're looking for. Not less and not more. The appropriate one. It's evident in the level of the President of this country. It's evident in the level of state of the state from our government. It's evident in the conversation that has some of the comments and remarks that we have said here this morning. It's evident from this group appeared in the Chamber of the Legislature today that we all like development. But what kind of development and the magnitude of the scale and the type that we want. So I want to thank everybody who has come. That's the way I look at things. And I'm willing to work with the rest of the people to try to come together on things in order for us to move forward. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Chairman. I know you've said a lot, and you've covered some very important grounds. But like I said earlier, I think what remains to be done in order to refine our position and to hopefully come up with just the right amount of development is for the leadership to come together, and that's all. That's what the people have been working at. How do you go about that? I don't know. We've made some attempts with some successful results, and that's why we're here today. I think it's because we were not able to get and accomplish what we were supposed to do. But it doesn't mean that we should give up. We should go ahead and try to accomplish something, and that should be part of our agenda today. And we're going to deal with that sooner or later. But in the meantime, please allow me to just go ahead, because we have done it. We've done it earlier today, and we've done it before, to read the comments from callers. So one caller, not necessarily in the order that they came, but one caller wants the senators to give more time to Yap members to speak. Now, of course, we had some concerns that I read to you earlier, but if anybody would like to address those, I'm sure the callers themselves would appreciate. And the other one is Y.A.P talk about sustainability in the ETC proposal. If the Y.A.P group is aware of how sustainable it is, can they give examples of what is the proposal is, what in the proposal is actually sustainable? We can address these questions as we go on. The other questions as we go on. The other caller is thankful and grateful that everyone is open and sharing their opinions on the issue. But until the agreement can be clearly understood by all, that is when it can be ignored. It can be ironed out in a way we want it. Which will require our lawyers and their lawyers to do for the benefit of So these are some of the concerns that have come from the public, and some of which are very relevant, or they're all touch on the topics at hand, directly or indirectly. But if we have such an open-ended discussion here, we have the callers come in with their concerns, and we also have been talking about the possibility of maybe getting the leadership together. Even though we have failed in our previous attempt, it doesn't mean that we cannot continue to do what we think is good for Yap. So, yeah, there are so many things we can talk about now because we have so many things happening. As this last note reads, Senator Cheng read a letter from President saying he encourages Yap to approve ETC proposal since it has been scaled down. Does Cheng have official information from Governor saying such? Is such a plan available? I guess the plan to cut down the scope of investment. Is such a plan available? Thank you. And I want to thank all the callers. Kung marami pa sila sa ating question, marami sa mga question doon at sa marami po ito kung wala ka ito siya at muli ang mga kapirana. Kaya ito kami, ito lang siya. At sa mamatay natin kaya ito natin, magpapalala kayo po, magpapalala. Hindi ito mga purposes na mga kapwa ko.